is Jesús Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you're doing absolutely fabulous wherever you're at. In this video, I'm going to be giving my commentary. On this channel, I give all my opinions, comments, etc. On my other channels, I just talk about fun stuff. On this channel, I give my opinion. Hope you find my opinion and my analysis useful. Again, I'm open for dialogue, peaceful, friendly, professional dialogue. And again, these opinions are mine and mine alone, and maybe some other people share them, but you may have a very different opinion. So, first of all, we just had a shooting this morning in Dallas, Texas, at an ICE facility. Texas is not immune to, violence of this kind. I think it was at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas. A lot of folks were shot and killed down there. And of course, Uvalde, Texas, a lot of children were shot in the classroom down there. And previously in Dallas, some other individuals, police officers, were shot down there. My father and my mother are from South Texas, a small community called Crystal City, Texas, a very tiny little town. And if you went down there, a lot of the folks down there have guns. My uncle, Jesús Castro, I shot a video of him, skinning a deer, talking about his gun and hunting and et cetera, et cetera. He loved to use his gun to shoot deer and hogs, and then he'd skin them and chop up the meat and freeze it and have it for dinner. Very nice, very nice. And a lot of my family are of that ilk. They own little plots of land where they have animals, they have feeders, and they shoot and kill animals. We're talking about deer, hogs, or whatever walks around that looks tasty, okay? If it looks tasty, they're going to shoot it. But they're not going to shoot human beings, okay? They're not going to shoot other people. They're not going to shoot other individuals that may have a different opinion than them. I grew up with that experience also. My parents moved in the late 40s from South Texas, Crystal City, Texas, to San Jose, California, and they moved into the suburbs. Okay, they moved into the suburbs. Not many deer cruising around in the suburbs of Silicon Valley. To be honest with you, I don't see much. In the hills, maybe, but in the suburbs, no way, Jose. So I grew up not without a gun. I never had a gun. I never bought a gun. Never used a gun. I did have a BB gun for a short time in junior high school, but I didn't really enjoy it, so I didn't have a gun per se. I never had a 22, 44, 30-06, whatever kind of camera. Carbine or rifle. I never had any. I just didn't find any use for it because I wasn't in Crystal City, Texas, where there's not much to do. You either are going hunting, you're going fishing, or you're going out dancing, you're going to the latest carnival, you're going to the Spinach Festival, et cetera, et cetera. You're visiting your other family members in Uvalde, Texas, which a lot of my family lives in Uvalde, Crystal City, La Prior, Del Rio, Houston, those areas. They all live in those areas. But those that live in Crystal City, Texas, that's what they do. They watch TV. They have children. They go to football games. They shoot deer. They shoot hogs. And they go fishing. Bam! And once in a while, go to San Antonio for a little, good time. Go to the beach for a good time. That's how they do. That's how they roll. Or go to the river and go swimming and do some fishing, et cetera, et cetera. That's what they do in South Texas, which my parents, Eusebio and Guadalupe, are from South Texas, okay? So that's what they do down there in San Jose, California. Again, what did I do? I went to the library. If I earned enough money, I gave my father some cash, and he went to the beach about 35 miles away. Went to Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, Capitola Beach and Boardwalk. We'd go to San Francisco, hang out there. Something to do in San Francisco, only less than an hour away. So we had more options, but we didn't do any hunting, okay? So what a lot of folks are doing right now is saying that this is, first of all, very important. I identify as a Chicano lefty, okay? What's a Chicano lefty? Somebody who believes in progressive, causes, okay? I was anti-war during the, early 70s, late 60s, I was protesting against the war in Vietnam and et cetera, et cetera. I was supporting the United Farm Workers in their attempt to, get to unionize the field because I identified my parents were, when they came over, the job they had, my father was a farm worker. He worked in the fields of Silicon Valley before they built all these buildings, and all those fields became, Intel, all those great companies that are now Apple, you know them all, Google, all these great companies that are now located where the farms were. So there's no longer any farms out there to pick. My father came at a great time in the 40s. If he came right now in 2025, he would go, there's no work here. I can either become mow lawns or work on the roofs. Pop, 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 pop. Those are the kind of jobs available to folks that didn't have much of an education. My father didn't have, I think he went to the first grade. My mother never learned to read or even write. She had zero education. So there's a different experience. Living in South Texas, you live, it's very affordable. People live in, my cousins, when I go visit them, they live in, Quonset huts, old Quonset huts. That used to be, that housed a lot of the POWs during World War II. They converted them and they lived in them. Little modest, little huts. And then they also have single wides, and the really affluent ones have double wides. So I've gone down there. I've gone down there for dinner. Had dinner with my cousins down there. A fried bologna sandwich. Excellent. A fried bologna sandwich for dinner. Absolutely amazing. I had a great time. And then, compare that to my family that migrated. They migrated to Silicon Valley. I have cousins who bought 3-story Victorians near Santa Clara University, which are worth $2-3 million. Very nice. My parents' home, was sold for $1.2 million. And my brother was a broker. My other 2 sisters were investors and owned businesses. So we had family that were very successful in Silicon Valley. They didn't go hunting. They didn't do a lot of fishing. My brother Peter and I like to go fishing. But we didn't do a lot of hunting. We didn't do a lot of gun stuff. Texas is gun stuff, crazy. Silicon Valley, not so much. Again, Texas, they love guns, okay? Everybody has guns out in the country. I can understand it. If you want to have a nice little venison dinner, you shoot a deer. You chop them up, pop, 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 and make a sandwich. Excellent. Not necessarily a sandwich, but you can do something. Make sausage. Very nice. So it's a different culture. Again, we just had a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas, Texas. Not good. Of course, we had that shooting in El Paso, which a lot of folks were killed by a crazed person, okay? Uvalde, another crazed person, shot a bunch of children. The list goes on in Texas. There's a lot of gun violence in the great state of Texas and across the United States of America. Where I bifurcate from a lot of individuals out there, especially from the right, is that it's not the left wing that are, saying, hey, let's go kill a bunch of, ICE agents. No. Let me talk about myself, first of all. Again, I'm a lefty California Chicano. I admit it. I believed in, I was an anti-war protester. I collected food for the United Farm Workers back in the early 70s. And I promoted and said, hey, we got to, live together, get along. Basically a peaceful person. Did I carry a gun? No. Did I want to shoot a bunch of people? No. I'm a peaceful guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter, just to be honest with you. Of course, my brothers and my sister's husbands were all mostly in the military. My brother, let's start off, my sister Carmen, her husband was in the Navy. My brother Peter, he was in the Navy. My sister Dolores, her husband, Leo, was in the Army. The list goes on. I have other members of my family, pretty much were in the Army, Navy, or the Marines. None in the Air Force. None in the Air Force. What's going on there? So I grew up in the burbs as a peaceful, easy to get along with. I want to have a conversation, sort of peaceful guy, a peacenik. Okay, a lot of Texans hate California peaceniks. Hey, you're just a crazy California liberal, communist, socialist. What's wrong with you? You're trying to take away our guns. No, you can have your guns. Shoot those deer and shoot whatever you want. But you don't need an assault rifle to kill Bambi. I'll be very straightforward. You do not need an assault rifle to kill Bambi. Just saying, okay? So a lot of people are conflating these murders that are going on, Kirk, ICE, these kinds of, people getting shot there with the left. Again, it's against my essence. I am a peaceful guy. I'm an easygoing guy. I'd rather have a conversation. I do not own a gun. Most lefties, you ask most lefties, suburban lefties especially, you ask them, do you have a gun? And they're going to say, no, I don't. I have a camera. I have a fishing rod. The women would say, I'll have knitting needles. I like to cook. Men will say, I like to cook. I have a cappuccino machine. I'm a barista. But they do not carry assault rifles and say, I want to kill every single person that has a contrary opinion than I do. Just saying. Again, as a lefty peacenik, hippie, Mexican boy from San Jose, California, I do not have any desire, motivation, or interest in shooting people. Just saying. There are some people that are crazy. Left, right, center, or just plain crazy. They don't even know what politics they have. They just want to shoot somebody. Say, hey, let's just shoot somebody. I want to get in the newspaper. I'm crazy. I think these people I'm going to shoot are the devil. I'm doing a service to this person or that person by killing these individuals. They're crazy, people out there. Don't assign these crazy people unless they belong to an actual organization. If they're involved in right-wing crazy, imbeciles who want to shoot lefties, I understand. You can blame them for the shooting. They're in a part of a group. They had a meeting. Cluck, cluck, cluck. We're going to shoot this person and that person, and it's on our agenda. We got a list. We're going to shoot them. In all probability, this person that shot folks at the ICE facility, or the person that shot all those people in El Paso or Uvalde, etc., at the synagogue, at the temple, at the church, at the mosque, at these various facilities, at these schools, at the university. They're just crazy. There's absolutely crazy people out there. And guns. And this is the part where all the right-wing folks, people that are on the right, we're going to say, hey, don't blame the guns. But guns are easy to get a hold of in los Estados Unidos. In los Estados Unidos, in the United States of America, guns are super easy to get a hold of. Just go to the store, give them a nickel, and they'll give you a gun. Just saying. It costs more than a nickel, by the way. A lot of folks say, where's this place where I can buy a gun for a nickel? I want to get one. This has been Jesús Manuel Mena Garza talking about my family in South Texas, who live in rural South Texas. They have guns. At birth, they give them a gun. Hey, go shoot a deer, go shoot a hog. But they're not going to shoot a person. And me, yours truly, who grew up from family that was from South Texas, lived in the suburbs of Silicon Valley, I did not have a gun. There was really no reason I should have a gun because I did not own a ranch or was near a ranch, okay? Just saying. I went to the beach. I went to the mountains. I went downtown to the movie theater. I went to the Italian restaurant near downtown or Japantown. I went to San Francisco, hung out there, stuff like that. That's what I did. And of course, I believed in peace. During the Vietnam War, I protested against the war in Vietnam. Protests back in the 60s and early 70s against the Vietnam War saved thousands upon thousands of American lives by stopping the war. Just saying. If we didn't protest, the United States would say, hey, let's just keep on doing what we're doing in Vietnam. You know, we're killing people and having Americans, you know, as fodder for this war. Of course, you know, we have Bone Spurs as our president. He didn't go to Vietnam. Did he go to Vietnam? No, he didn't go to Vietnam. He didn't want to go to Vietnam. He had a doctor, gave him some cash. He said, hey, he has bone spurs. BS is over, okay? So I was out there protesting against the war. When we had marches, we had to make sure we had our own we had our own security saying, hey, we got to watch out for people that are infiltrating our march who want to do something crazy. So we looked around and go, I know him. Who's that? And then we talked to him and say, oh, yeah, I'm just here to shoot people. Hey, well, you get the fuck out of here. I remember going to a picnic, you know, in near Gilroy with some friends back in the early 70s. And I was there and I was just having a good time, just hanging out, having a cerveza, having some barbecue. And then these two individuals came up to me and just talked to me as I was sitting down, enjoying my chow, enjoying my little cervecita. And they go, Jesus, we're gonna bomb a bank. Would you like to join us? Seriously, that's what they said to me. We're gonna be bombing a Bank of America, a bank. Would you like to join us? And I said, no. These individuals were probably FBI informants. Back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s, you know, the groups I was involved in, later I found out that a lot of these individuals that I was in, were part of my group were either from the police department, the sheriff's department, or the FBI. And I go, hi, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm a police officer now. Oh, yeah. Were you an informant at this peaceful group that I was involved? Yeah, I was an informant. That's my, you know, I was young. They said, you look young. You look like you can blend in. Just participate and tell it and report back. Report back. What's going on there? And of course, they had nothing to report other than a bunch of singers and a bunch of hippies playing guitars. La, 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 la. And performances of theater and art exhibits. Wow, those guys are radical. Those people are crazy. Those Chicano hippies, those Chicano Mexicans, those Hispanics are crazy. They're having these exhibits. Wow. They're having music. Wow. They're doing theater plays. They're doing performances, live performances. Wow. They have speakers talking about peaceful interventions. Wow. What's wrong with these people? Thanks for watching my video. This has been Jesús Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my commentary. I want to give a perspective on what's going on. Do not blame groups. You know, I know our president currently likes to blame the other Mexicans, lefties. So, you know, he all bundles them all up. Bunch of Mexican lefty communists, whatever he wants to put them. No, it's a crazy idiot. Unless you find a group, you know, this is an actual group that's organized, has meetings, cluck, 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 and they say, hey, we're going to kill that person, and we're going to kill that person. We're going to throw a bomb there. You have no basis for blaming these, you know, this wide swath of America. America is very diverse. We have some amazing individuals, some brilliant people, some very peaceful people, some loving people who rather, you know, knit a sweater or go fishing or have a, you know, coffee clutch with their Baptist friends and or et cetera, et cetera. But there's also some insane people who have super easy, easier than the rest of the world, access to guns, and they get a gun and they say, I'm gonna kill somebody today, and I'm gonna put, you know, I just like to kill people. I wanted to kill people. I play video games. I enjoy doing all these crazy things. My mind is totally screwed up. I'm on drugs or whatever. I'm gonna go shoot some people today. Hey, let me put this camel outfit on and go shoot some people. Wow. Again, crazy idiots, not crazy groups, not crazy Mexicans, not crazy lefties, not crazy righties, not crazy anybody, groups. It's an individual, typically, 99.99999% of the time. This has been Jesús Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you enjoyed my commentary. I hope you find it interesting. Don't forget to leave your kind and friendly comments below. I would greatly appreciate it, and ring the bell for future notifications on my smallest YouTube channel, my commentary channel. I put my comments on this one as compared to my other channels, which are more fun. This is my least fun channel. Sorry. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to, again, like, subscribe, and share, and leave your kind and friendly comments below. Again, kind, friendly, professional comments. Again, I would greatly appreciate it. From Fort Worth, Texas, it's late September. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm going to watch some football this weekend, just like every American. I'm going to sit on my sofa, have a little cervecita, have some chicken wings. I'm not going to go out there and shoot somebody. I don't want to shoot anybody. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Just saying, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.